causing some sort of commotion.
I don't cause commotions. I am one.
So I actually saw Wicked. I got to see an advanced screening a couple days ago on Sunday, and I have to say, coming from this is going to be a review coming from the aspect of just the movie itself. I do not like musicals. I have not read the book. Now, if you do not know, Wicked is a pretty big deal in the musical world and also the book as well. The book is came out in 1995, Wicked the movie, and but this particular movie is based off the Wicked musical. So, and like I said, musicals are such a big thing, like especially here in America. And with this is like a modern classic. This is almost like putting them like next to Cats or something around those natures. But for those who do not know, Wicked is also the story. It's the prequel of the Wizard of Oz. So the Wicked Witch of the West, things of that nature. And this story of follows the story of Elphaba, played by Cynthia, I think it's Ervino. That's how you pronounce her last name. I may have that wrong. And Galinda the Good Witch, played by Ariana Grande. Now, the story follows Elphaba as she basically progresses through her witchhood, if you will. So this story actually like centers before the Wizard of Oz, when she's actually going to school to become a witch. In this school, she meets Glinda the Witch, and they have a totally disagreement on this the way of life. Basically, Glinda is the most popular girl in school. Everyone loves her, and Elphaba is the ostracized party. Like a lot of people, kind of, she's the pariah. But the headmaster sees her work ethic, and she sees the power that she has. So she allowed her to come to the school, and in while the school, she perfects her craft into becoming, quote unquote, this before she becomes the Wicked Witch of the West. But the other thing that I really love about this story is that they not only focus on Galinda and Elphaba, but they also focus on an interlining story about some of the animals in the Kingdom of Oz, where that is kind of the biggest standpoint of the story that they don't really focus on the trailers. But Elphaba knows that something's amiss with the creatures in the world, and she kind of goes on a mission to meet the wizard so she can basically have him grant a wish to help the animals in that kingdom. So that's just a small review that I'm going to give to you. Now, like I said, this is, like I said, a historically known classic. Like, everyone loves Wicked. It's a big, like I said, a musical in the theater, and also like based off the book. But like coming from the aspect of not really ever watching the musical or reading the book, just coming from this typical movie aspect of this movie was amazing. Like, the storyline, obviously, just knowing these two characters. And the one thing I didn't know about is basically how a lot of people see the Wicked Witch as evil, but you come to find out that she's really not evil. Like, she was always good. It's just that once the story progresses, they make her become evil because she wouldn't play along with the story that they wanted her to do. And that's also going with the wizard, and how Jeff Goldblum plays the wizard, and she finds out that he's not all powerful, and then they basically try to lie on her to make her the villain. And it also like wants you to come back and, like, this is part one, so part two actually comes out in next November. So I'm not for sure exactly what's going to happen in part two, because we all know, and the good thing I like about this, the movie starts how basically the Wizard of Oz ends, where she dumps the water, where Dorothy dumps the water on her, and basically the witch is dead. So this basically is pre-tracking to show how she became the witch, if you will, and how she, had her story going to school, meeting Galinda, and also meeting the wizard. So this is the backstory on how, like I said, before the Wizard of Oz. And the things I loved about it, I love Cynthia is such an amazing actress. Her voice is so good. But I really loved Ariana Grande. She did her thing. I really love the. I know a lot of people are gonna love the musical aspect and the songs of this, but to me, the funniest one that she did was Popular. Like I said, I found it to be pretty on point. Like, Ariana Grande is like this kind of prissy pop singer, and she this role she played isn't too far out her element.
Popular, you're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper poise when you talk to boys, the ways to flirt and songs. I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair, everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular. You'll have
Like this movie is most definitely getting an Academy Award. Like I could see them both winning Emmys. Maybe Ariana Grande winning for maybe Best Supporting, and Cynthia for Best Female Lead. I know the screenplay is probably gonna get nominated. Set design was amazing in this, of course. Cinematography was beautiful. This story alone was like, and I'm not a musical fan. Like I really, it's some to me musicals are somewhat cheesy, but I could get with this. And this movie was 2 hours and 41 minutes. Like I would go back and watch this movie again. This movie's almost 3 hours, and I would go back and see it again, even though not being a musical lover. But just the aspect of how they broke this movie down, the cinematography, the story, the acting, and to me, the singing obviously was the best part about this, especially at the end when they basically quote unquote made her the Wicked Witch of the West. That was just an all-starring like performance from Cynthia. Like that voice, oh my god! Like take my hat off to her. She did her thing. So this movie is amazing. Like I said, I would go see this again, and I'm not a musical lover, but most definitely a beautiful story, and can't wait for part two. So drop those comments. Movie actually comes out tomorrow. A lot of people don't know that, but there are advanced screenings tomorrow, the 22nd. But the movie does come out officially on the 22nd. But you guys can look up your theaters and basically go see this movie on Wednesday. So drop those comments, guys, when you do see this movie. Let me know what you think. Or for the people who've read the books and seen the musical, tell me what you think about such. And are you excited to see the rendition of the movie in live action?